married, and some of you are single, including me. However, about 1 year ago, I almost walked into a marriage in China for a 4-year-long relationship. Well, but I quit it at the end because I suffered too much pressure and some ridiculous problems from my ex-fiancé and his family. It was kind of a terrible experience. It's just like a Chinese saying, marriage is the tomb of love. Well, so I'm wondering, what is the standard of getting married? Is it something about money, job, education, or even parents' opinions? Well, parents' opinions may not give you cancer, but they may give you a wife whom you don't really love. And the key to a happy marriage, it should be something about love, I think, in my opinion. But it is difficult for us to find a perfect one to get married with. However, can you imagine it as a country issue? What I mean is the whole country is facing to the difficulty of getting married. Unfortunately, it is happening in China nowadays. So I'm going to talk about marriage change from 1950 to 2000 in China, and the difficulty of getting married in China, and the particular and weird phenomena about Chinese marriage. Let's begin with the marriage change in China. In 1950s, Chinese people would like to marry farmers and workers because people at that time thought productive force was the most powerful factor in the society. And from 1960 to 1976, people would like to marry military officers and also soldiers, because political identity was considered as the most important part about their social class. And from 1977 to 2000, Chinese people walked into a period called opening to the outside world. At that time, wealthy people and foreigners were the most popular ones on the marriage battlefield. And you can see the huge improvement of the wedding fashion. So by now you can see the rapid change of Chinese marriage in the past. But the terrible issue which I mentioned just came after these years. It's something about difficulty of getting married in China. The first one is the financial pressure. I'm just generally saying that some Chinese girls are looking for someone who has lots of money and good looking. To be honest, I really cannot agree with them personally, but houses and cars and money have become the priority standard of marriage in China. And the second one is family interference. In China, parents' opinions have extremely powerful effect on their children's marriage. You can see that is a marriage marketplace, and some parents are taking notes about information of someone they like without their children's opinions. And eventually it may lead to an arranged marriage with two people who do not know each other before. And the third one is about sexism. In China, people always think men should be in a higher social class than women. And they also suggest a man should not marry a woman who has higher degree and earn more money and even be taller than the man. In my case, I was stopped by my ex-fiancé from trying to work on a master degree because he only had bachelor degree, and his family could not accept a woman with higher education. That was ridiculous. And I know some of you, it is kind of unbelievable for some of you, but there is something more ridiculous happening in China. The first weird phenomenon of Chinese marriage is only for ladies. Yes, it's only for ladies. Being outstanding means being single. It's something about what I mentioned, sexism. In China, if you are a woman, you may be too outstanding to get married. And the second weird phenomenon of Chinese marriage is rent a girlfriend or a boyfriend. I mean, to avoid the pressure from family relatives, many young people would refuse to come back to parents' home or even rent a girlfriends or boyfriends come back with them. That is not a joke. It happens frequently before Chinese New Year. And the third weird phenomenon of Chinese marriage is called cooperative marriage. Since China government does not allow the gay marriage and the lesbian marriage, these homosexual people need to invest a new kind of marriage. It means a gay man would marry a lesbian woman without a real relationship between them, and they need to keep their homosexual love secretly. I really wish these people could be accepted someday, because love is innocent. I think it doesn't matter what kind of love it is. So by now, I've told you about the huge change of Chinese marriage and the difficulty of getting married with Chinese people, especially Chinese men. And I also introduced you some weird phenomena about Chinese marriage. Although I had a terrible experience about getting married, I still believe in true love. I still believe there is someone who's waiting for me in the world. Here is another saying which is from me. There is nothing can defeat love unless it is not a true love. Thank you for listening.